What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, where I sit down with friends and talk about what games that they're playing right now. Now, right now, I feel super special because I have a superstar in the building. We are talking actor, we're talking writer, we're talking director. Come on, let's pull this off. We're talking movies like Kidulthood, Adulthood, we're talking The Knot, 4321, we're talking Star Trek, we are talking Doctor Who, the one and only Noel Clarke in the building. What is going on, my brother?
Hello, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. You forgot father in there. That's a full-time job as well, man.
Yeah, of course. We're going to get into that anyway. We're definitely going to get into that. So good morning. How you feeling? How's quarantine dealing with you?
Yeah, man, I'm all right. You know, I can't say I love this quarantine thing. You know, we got the school shut down. I got 3 boys here all supposedly doing homework, but I'll get onto that when we finish this. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's a hard life, but trying to get them enough exercise and keep everyone healthy in this crazy time. I think this has got to be the craziest thing we've ever lived through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's mad. We were both just saying, I was saying right now I'm doing Captain Caveman because I ain't seen my barber for the longest, fam.
Yeah. Well, I can't. The thing is, barbers see too many people. I'm the same, bro. Look. You know what I mean? Barbers see too many people. I can't have a barber bringing this thing in, this corona into my house. You know
exactly.
What I mean? So it's got to be Afro Joe by the time I come out of here, and then the trim will be sweeter though. When you get the trim, it'll be sweeter.
You're gonna be feeling smooth.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we get into too many games, I just want to congratulate you on Bulletproof 2. It was so amazing, bro. Like, firstly, I wanted to try and space it out throughout quarantine, but I watched it all in like 4 days, and it was so sick. Like, to see these 2 characters that were like man them from the ends, but they were feds, bro, inspirational.
Thank you very much, man. I mean, that's what Ashley and I always wanted to create, was a show that people could relate to, especially our people, where we're used to seeing ourselves on the other side of the law, and those things were prevalent. But we've done that. You know what I mean? We did that. We had to do that to show people what we experienced. But you know, those kind of days, not that they're done, but we've evolved now. Now we can have good jobs and we can have all this kind of stuff that before they didn't believe we could. We could have had it back then, but they didn't believe it. But now they can believe it. And so to have a show with two leads that are just man them, and have the show not only show our people that, yo, we can be police. Not that we want to be, but we can be police. But also show mainstream, because don't be fooled. This is one of the biggest shows that network's ever seen. You know what I mean? And it's not about us being black. We're just 2 cops, you know what I mean? And so, but the fact that we are, it's a big thing.
No, it's dope, man. I loved every minute of it.
There's going to be an announcement on ratings soon, and then everyone's going to see. Watch.
I can't wait. All right, so on Too Many Games, basically, like I said, I sit down with friends and I find out what they're playing, because the biggest complaint about as a gamer is there's so much games and we don't have a lot of time. Now, a lot of people don't even realize that you are a big gamer, especially when it comes to Nintendo. Like, you'll be banging out Mario Kart, you'll be banging out Mario Tennis, you'll be creating the maddest stages in Mario Maker. Like, you're about this gaming life. So now you've got a bit more time on your hands. Obviously, you've got your dad, so that's a full-time job, so that makes the time a little bit less. But now you have a little bit more time on your hands. What are you playing?
Yeah, well, the key, of course, is immediately is, you know, you have children, get your children into games, so therefore you have an excuse, right? So right now, you know, my 2 oldest boys play with me, you know, and you know, dad duty, they only play on the weekends and when the homework is done. You know, let's put that out there, or in holidays and whatnot. But generally they play, and so right now, what I'm playing, what they're all playing, is 2 games at present. That are on rotation. Is Pokemon Sword and Shield, because obviously we all love Pokemon. I've been playing for a lot of years. My boys love it, so there's a lot of trading going on, shiny hunting and whatnot. Pokedex is complete, so now it's just about finding shinies and trading with people around the world. And the other game is Animal Crossing, which my oldest is playing and myself is playing. I'm going to create a Badman little city selling all the... That's how it's rolling, you know what I mean?
Alright, cool. So let's break down each game. So with Pokemon, are you excited for the new DLC? The 2 DLCs that's been announced, where you basically be able to go to a whole new place, that you be able to get a whole new Gigantor Pokemon. How are you feeling about the new DLCs announced?
I'm liking that. I mean, it's a way to, you know, when you get to, for example, you know, I've done everything in Sword and Shield, which is why I'm now just doing max raid battles, looking for shinies and whatnot. So actually what that does when they bring out those DLCs is give the game more life, gives you more missions to do, more things to do, more Pokemon to find. So we're into that. I'm waiting for all of that. So definitely looking forward to that, you know.
And then every episode we talk about Animal Crossing, because I almost feel like, because everyone's trapped, people are living their lives in Animal Crossing. Like that's the way.
My guy's got a little mask on as well.
Yeah, about it. But I hear Tom Nook is out here pimping. Like, he's pimping people. What's going on with Nook, fam? Because I'm new to the whole Animal Crossing world. So break down how Nook is out here pimping people for that dough.
Well, I feel like I used to like him back in the day, but the way I see him moving on this one is like he should be called Tom Crook. Because my man is charging my mortgage and all this business here. Like, he's a crook. Look, I like it, man. It's like, I'm a big fan of The Sims as well, like from way back. And you know what, Animal Crossing is just a life sim, innit? It's a collecting thing and a life sim. So if you're a collector like Pokemon, you know, Animal Crossing, you got to collect your fish and your bugs. I mean, you're catching them, but essentially you're collecting them and logging them. You're living life. You're learning about mortgage. You're learning about, it's like a children's way to learn about life in a way. You're learning about the turnip market, which is the stock market. You're learning about mortgage. You can't get your new house till you've got enough money to pay for it. So it is a game, but it's kind of clever in a way as well. Do you know what I mean? And so you're learning about fossils and taking them to the museum. So I really like it. It's just a chill vibe. You don't have to, you can do anything in your own time. It's just one of those chill vibe games. I just really like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one thing that I saw, there's a YouTuber and gamer, a friend of mine called Eric's Gaming, and his birthday was last week, and he had a birthday party in Animal Crossing, and it's my birthday on Friday, and I'm like, obviously man's locked down. I'm like, you know, I might all have an Animal Crossing party, fam. Bro,
listen, do it, bro. Invite man to the island, give me the code, text me the code or whatever to Midas' island. I'll come there, steal off your peaches and everything there, and go back on my plane. What fruits you got?
How's man coming to my island for my birthday to just come and clap off my fruit? The disrespect, you know.
I'll buy them. But what fruit you got on your island?
Fam, I've literally just downloaded it on my Switch yesterday. Okay, so I literally just got my little haircut and stuff. I put down my tent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm new.
I'm a bit further. I got my 2-room house now. I've got the big museum and all this. But my son's got cherries on his island, bro. And cherries aren't on my island. I have apples on my island. So if you go to his island,
I think I've got peaches.
You got peach? Yeah, bro. So immediately, whatever fruit you have is worth more on my island. So if you don't have apples and I bring apples to your island, you can sell them for a big price. So now I took some cherries, planted them in my yard. Got my own cherry trees now. I'm making bank, bro. Making bank.
This is real life. I love it.
I'm hustling that, man. Man, cut the sauce off. You know what I mean? I'm the connect now. You know what I mean?
I love it. All right, cool. I'm definitely gonna add you up on the Animal Crossing. All right, so my second question for you is, as a gamer, we always complain about having a backlog, and we're always gonna go back to playing games, and we never do. It just sits there. But obviously, you're having more time on your hand now. What game from your backlog would you like to go back and play?
Again, too, man. You know, Mario Kart, I think, is one of those games you can put down for months and then come back and, you know what I mean? I mean, I've got all the gold trophies, but just to beat times and time trials and unlock the last thing I need to unlock, which is, I think, the golden wheels, I think, because I've unlocked everything else, probably that. And then Breath of the Wild.
That game is just everything.
Everything. I think probably up there with the best games ever made and played by me. Ocarina of Time's up there too, but I definitely feel like that's a game I can go back, because, you know, there's always more to do. You know what I mean? And I didn't complete all the DLC, so there's little bits I can still do it. You know what I mean?
I think for me, Ocarina of Time is only better than Breath of the Wild because the story, because there's more of a story for you to kind of get lost into. But Breath of the Wild, like, you just it's like real life. You go around a corner and experience something that you never think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So my third question is, obviously I'm in isolation. I got bare time on my hands. What game do you recommend I should play?
Well, Animal Crossing for a start. But really get into it, like properly. Let the days go by. Catch your fish. Catch your bugs. But then I would say a game. You probably have played it. You hear my boy shouting FIFA 20. Mind your business. A game that I really enjoyed, and I'm a Nintendo man mainly, but I do have a PlayStation as well, was the Spider-Man game. Did you ever play it?
That game is incredible. Do you know what? That's probably the most fun I've had in a video game for years. That made me feel like a youth again. Yeah,
it was fantastic. That was a fantastic game. So that would be one, you know, whether playing it or not knowing you playing it before, the way it was really was massively open world. They really smacked it up with that game. That for me I would say go play that if someone hadn't played it.
Yeah, just swinging around New York City, like the essence of feeling like Spider-Man, they've just done it perfectly. And
you know what, I'm a traditionalist, so no matter what suit I got, I always wore the regular one.
Do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I quite like the white spider suit still.
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
The main one that came in the game.
Yeah.
It was nice. But as soon as I unlocked that original one, bam, I was in that.
Bam, in it. Before I let you leave me, I'm just gonna ask you one more question. You are you're an inspiration to us all. You're a director, you're a writer, you're a creative. One thing that I would like to know from you is if there's a young man who's similar to you and he's got that creative vision, he's passionate, but he doesn't have the resources or the monies or the connection, what piece of advice would you give to him for him to be able to create and start his career while he's in quarantine?
Pen and paper, my man. Like, no one can tell me they can't get or access to or afford paper and pen. You know what I mean? That's how I started writing originally, before laptops and computers, you know, because some people still can't afford that stuff. Before tablets and all that, it was pen and paper. You know what I mean? Get my ideas down, formulate my plans, beat out my ideas for a film. So how does it start? What happens next? What's the middle? Where do you want your character to go? What's the end? Like, what do you want them to achieve at the beginning, at the end of the show or film? And what's the biggest obstacle from them achieving that at the beginning? Because that's every film and every show essentially is, at the end of it, there's an achievement. Whether you win or lose, there's a goal, right? So at the beginning, they have to be the furthest possible place away from that goal, or they have to already have that goal, lose it, and come back. That's the formula of all movies.
Yeah.
No matter what, romantic, comedy, action, whatever, the formula is the same. There's something here at the end that has to be achieved or gotten to, and at the beginning they either already have it and lose it and get it back, or already have it and lose it and realize they don't need it, or they don't have it and they get further away from it and they get it, or they don't have it and they get really near to it, lose it, and then get it back. That's the formula. So beat out your films, beat out your things, your ideas, and start creating. That's what I did.
I love it. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us on Too Many Games. Now, where can people find you? Obviously, you're everywhere and you've got everything, but what do you want people to look out for? Obviously, they have to go and watch Bulletproof 2, but what else do you want them to look out for, and where can they find you?
Well, so obviously the shows I was about to start all got cancelled and we're all in quarantine. I was about to play the lead in a big TV show for another channel, but that got postponed. But where you can find me right now, obviously Bulletproof 2. We have the Bulletproof specials, which are coming out soon. We shot those in South Africa, so they will be coming out soon. Him again, I'm in it. That's my middle one. And also I'm in a film called SAS Red Notice with Andy Serkis, which is coming out at some point in the year. But again, with the quarantine, I don't really know what's happening. So that's what's going on. And if people want to find me on social, I'm very simple to find. I'm at Noel Clarke on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and that's the only ones I have. I don't deal with all this TikTok business, this second nonsense. I'm not that funny to say anything in 6 seconds. You know what I mean? So whatever it is now. So but I'm on all of those ones, and people can catch me there, man.
My brother, thank you so much. Thank you for you all to join me on Too Many Games. Make sure in the comment section you let us know what game you're playing while you're in quarantine, and if you think you're about that Mario Kart life, because Noel's he's about it. So I'm about it too.
I'm the king. That's right. You see, that's the first thing he said. Correct. I'm the king. Listen, don't anyone test me on that game, man. I'm ready for all of you.